Then when you're done, you want to shake it out. Shake it right to the bottom, I should say, so that you get everything in the bottom. It's fairly wet in here, but the cabbage seed pod weevils, when you shake the net, they'll all fall to the bottom. So it's gonna be a little tougher to pick through here, but yeah, if you shake them all, the weevils do tend to go to the bottom. But yeah, at this stage in crop development, you're gonna have to dig through a bunch of litter. That's a little lygus bug. It's not fully developed, but it's one of the little bit earlier instars. It's just barely starting to get the V forming on its back. And that's one thing with lygus, you're gonna have to try to count. It's sort of tricky to count them, I guess. The ones that are at the later instars do have that V on their back, so they're easy to identify, but the first few instars, they don't have that V on their back. So they look a lot like an aphid at the first and second instars, but they can be identified by black dots on their back, whereas an aphid won't have that. And the aphid tends to be a little bit more translucent looking. It's almost like you can kind of see through it, but a lygus bug's a solid green color, and those black dots on the back is kind of a good way to identify them. Here's the cabbage seed pod weevils. Once you sort of give them a chance to recover from when you shake them to the bottom, they actually start crawling out on you. And if you have a lot of weevils in the field, they'll start crawling out faster than you can actually count them. But they're these little gray guys here, and they've got that proboscis, I guess, the long snout that they can actually stick into the flower buds and suck the nectar and the juices out of the buds and the stem, and the seeds for that matter, in the new pods that have quite a soft consistency to the pod. They can punch through those as well. Once it starts to firm up a little bit, they can't really get through.